just going to do my makeup. I recently got the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Rich Romantic palette. It's one I've been like lusting after for a while. It's nothing special. It's just like romantic colors. And I also have this HD Skin Face Essentials palette from Makeup Forever. Here it is. So I'm going to see if I can use both of these to do some sort of look. So come along with me. Makeup Forever is one of the brands that I have used like for a really long time. It's one of the ones that I was drawn to when I first started wearing makeup. They had so many shades and things that actually matched my skin tone, and I was super excited about it. And yeah, I think that continues. So I am going to go into this Fluffy Angle small brush from Danessa, Myricks, and my Kitco. I'm going to go into probably a combination of these two shades to use as an eyeshadow primer. Alright, nothing special about that. Okay, ow. Okay, so hopping into the palette, this shade looks really pretty, so I'm going to use that. It is the shade Rich. I wanna be rich. I like that. I was reading the news and saw something quite interesting. Like, you know how Miami is like the place to go if you want a BBL? What's it called? Brazilian butt lift. I don't go there for anything else if you need something reproductive. Like, and so what I didn't know is that, so I read something recently and then I read something a while ago. Like a lot of times when people get back on the plane to like go home from getting their BBL, they have to kneel like facing their airplane seat because they can't sit on their behind because they just Brazilian lifted it. So I was like, how crazy is that? How crazy is that? But I think I saw something also where you could go to these places and I think Tracy sent me this. You could like recuperate there. Like you get a little room. You can even try to get your own room. And there's a lady there that she'll just take right on good care of you while you heal from your butt lift. I'm like, people are so smart with all these like side hustles they be doing. Cause I wouldn't even have thought of that. Like, I'm just gonna start a business where I help people recuperate from their BBL, and I bet you she making lots of money doing it. So who am I to talk? But I was reading this thing, and it was like that you could rent a chair. It's like a BBL chair that has like a little indentation or like it's gone in the seat of the chair so your booty can hang down. Girl, that's a lot. That's a lot. I like being able to sit down. But let me see what it says because it was kind of funny. You can rent this BBL chair. It is conveniently located near Miami International Airport, which is nice. You can rent it for just $20 a day. Now, this one, the condition is used like new. And it was listed on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know how I feel that it's used like Nude. They also deliver. Apparently, there's a growing demand for this type of practical furniture in Miami. There's a whole bunch of Facebook Marketplace listings. And it seems like they come, you can buy them or you can rent them, and they come in various colors, shapes, and styles. One chair in Hialeah, Florida is listed for $100 for sale, while a more bare bones version is listed to rent for $15. So each chair seems to be whatever, but the one thing that they always have is that large hole, like the butt-shaped indentation right in the middle. I feel like I have a butt-shaped indentation in this chair. That's from my behind. But it's also recommended by plastic surgeons after the procedure. A BBL is actually said to be one of the deadliest of plastic surgeries. Here, but like, how do you rent it? Do they bring it to your home? Do you have to like go to these people's house? Like, how does this work? I'm concerned and confused. I'm going to go into this shade here, Charming. Like, okay, let's say you're going to go get your booty done, and they're like, you need to sit in. You can't wipe your behind, can you? Ooh. I didn't think of that. Oh, that's okay. I don't know if I can even go any further. I'm not quite sure what my questions are, and I'm not quite sure that I want the answers to them. So I think I'll just leave it alone, but we also know that that's not true. So I'm sort of thinking, once you get out of the hospital, you have to be on your stomach. Ain't no way. You have to be on your stomach. And you can't be flying the next... No, of course you wouldn't be flying the next day, because there has to be like post-op procedures, right? But you know what? I bet you it's all figured out, because it's like the BBL, like it's the place to go. So they must have it figured out. And if they have a whole bunch of things on Facebook Marketplace, then yeah, like they totally have it figured out somehow, right? I'm going to go into Devotion, right? Yes, the BBL capital of the world. So I would assume. But okay, so you probably have to take a little bit of time off of work, right? Ooh, you probably got to get new clothes. Like, it just seems like a lot. It seems like a lot. I wonder how much they cost. But it's probably like if you just have to do another $15, $20 a day, like no big deal, right? Why would you purchase it though rather than renting? Like if you purchase, I guess then you can have your own sort of like thing where people can come to your home and sit down. But what do you do when you sitting there? I'm going to go into Intimate. First time I just looked at that, I thought it said Inmate. I'm like, okay. So yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. But you also know what? Oh, I used like Nude. I mean, of course, like it has to be like that, right? Like, this is taking up way too much brain space. Way too much. How you even search for that? I don't even know. And I'm going to go into the shade Lover. Oh no. Like, is it cash, credit, you know, check? And are the surgeries like near the airport? Because then that makes sense if the chair is located, you know, somewhere near the airport. Because then, you know, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna leave the eyes for and do my foundation and all that jazz. So I do have the Makeup Forever HD Skin and HD Skin Glow foundations. I think I'll just go in with the original one. Makeup Forever used to have like my favorite liquid, and also they had like a cream. I don't know. They used to have my favorite foundations, and then they kind of changed everything. I'm like, you're no longer my fave. I still love the brand, though. I think I just have a soft spot for them since, you know, they were one of the first brands I could actually wear. But a lot of their things I definitely feel are geared toward makeup artists. So I don't know that it's a like beginner friendly brand. You gotta kind of have some sense of what you're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna take the palette here and see if I can figure out something that will work for concealer. Now they basically say mix and match, which is another reason why I'm like, anybody got time for that if you're just starting. So I think I'll go into these two shades. I don't want it to be too bright underneath. I have this lecture to do. I don't know if it's a lecture, a talk, a chat, I don't know, to a class tomorrow. It's a Psychology of Women class. And before last week, I was like, oh, okay, cool, I know what I'm going to talk about. Now I'm like, well, now I'm not quite sure. Do y'all remember the original Destiny's Child when it was Kelly, Beyonce, Latavia, and Latoya? Somehow I just happened upon some videos about the whole breakup of the whole thing. I don't know, do people, and then after they were gone, I remember Farrah, I think, was in it for a minute. Was it like Farrah and Michelle? And then who knows what happened to Farrah? And then it just became Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle. And now, isn't Michelle like a gospel artist or something? Child. But it was interesting hearing how everything went down with Latoya and Latavia. And they knew each other, like, forever. Like, all the ladies, like, from elementary or middle school. Oh, that was interesting. I don't know that I knew that part. And I've also been on a memoir biography kick. I was on that kick earlier in the year, but I've kind of circled back to it. So earlier in the year, I read Cassandra Peterson's memoir. Maybe I read that last year. She is the woman who plays Elvira. I also read Pamela Anderson's. That was good. Pamela is hella intelligent. Drew Barrymore's. I have Taraji P. Henson's on my list. I'm going to go in with this Makeup Forever sponge. It's very different. It has like the regular spongy part, but then it also has this like rubbery part. I don't understand, but yes. Who else have I read? I'm trying to think. I mean, there's been quite a few. But recently I read, or I listened to on Audible, Britney Spears. And now I'm on to Demi Moore. Some of this stuff is like so interesting. The Britney one, I'm like, what, Britney? Girl, that happened to you. But I'm just like, look at all those people who were in the Mickey Mouse Club or had anything to do with Disney. We could probably name a couple that are okay, but most of them, child, long-lasting, it seemed like, issues. But for Britney, like, you know, I don't know the current Britney Spears. I'm familiar with Britney that came out, you know, years ago with Baby One More Time and Toxic and all that stuff. But just the way, and you know, every story has a billion sides, so this is her story. But I was just focusing on, like, she was so young when she started out. And I'm thinking back to, like, when paparazzi would be like, oh, we caught Britney doing this, blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking, I was like, this is like regular 21-year-old stupidness. But the thing is, it's caught on camera for her, right? Because some of the stuff was just foolish. Like, why you do that? But also, I'm like, we wouldn't even know who hadn't done some foolishness in their 20s. Shit. But it was, I don't know, enlightening. And I'm glad she talked more about how Justin did her completely dirty, okay? But I think we all knew that already. If you follow them at all, you kind of knew he was... And she was saying how he was cheating on her left and right, back, front, and center. Some of these people. Oh, wrong one. What was interesting about Britney's, the audiobook version, is that she only read the, like, foreword, and then Michelle Williams, the actress, not the Destiny's Child person, read the rest of the book. It was so weird just not hearing it in Britney's voice. You know, she has a very distinct voice. It was kind of weird. Like, I was like, I don't know if I like this. Because most of the other, if not all of the other memoirs I've, like, read or listened to, they have been read by the author. Oh, I also read, listened to Kelly Bishop. She played Emily Gilmore in The Gilmore Girls. I really liked hers. I was like, ow, Kelly. Okay, let's go back into this. And I think I'll use one of these shades as a bit of a highlight shade. I told myself I was going to like put things back when I use them, and I haven't. Wait, oh, here we go. Okay, now these here are to be used as blush. So I'm gonna get a brush. Oh, that was so lame. This seems like a kind of neutral pink. Maybe I'll mix the two. Might be the completely wrong brush to use, but we're here and we're gonna just roll with it. And child, we already know Diddy / Love / Puffy / Sean John / whatever the hell. Whew. I ain't even gonna go into it because I'm not a news like channel, but the things I done heard and seen. Okay, I kind of like that. Now I'm wondering, in terms of like some sort of bronzery contour thing, I think I'll mix these two. Yeah, I can definitely see how this will be great for like makeup artists and not for the regular Joe Schmo. This is the Huda Beauty One Coat Wow mascara. And I'm going to go back into the eyeshadow palette and grab the brush and go into probably these 3 shades to put something on my lower lash line. I tend to like something darker, so I'll probably pull out a pencil, but this palette doesn't have anything super deep. I can see why it's called Rich Romantic. It's a very like light and, you know, romantical. Not everybody wants that though. And I want to go into this shade here called Romantic. I'm curious about it. I expected like a white, you know? That's interesting. Okay, now it says nothing about using this for lips, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I'm going to go into this shade here and use it as lip liner. Okay. Ooh, what shade? What if I just mixed all of them? Finishing off with my Charlotte Tilbury powder. Kind of want to press it in. So. So here is the finished look. I actually think it does look real romantic. So this is cute. This is cute. This doesn't hold a candle in my opinion to the Danessa Myricks Groundwork Defining Neutrals. Like that one you can't pry out of my hands. This one you can pry. You probably don't even have to pry. I would just be like, here you go. I like the packaging. I think it's a super cute idea. I would say the whole tan to medium or tan to deep and like light to medium. I think what they could do is have different ones. But again, I am not a brand owner. And I could see how this would be great for a makeup artist. Even if they were to like depot these, I could see this really working. So I don't know that it's the best for like regular old consumer people, but I could see it being super helpful for makeup artists. So it's gonna go right with my like powders and bronzers and stuff, and I'm definitely gonna use it. And the Glaminatrix palettes, for some reason I do feel like the mattes were a little chalkier than they usually are, and it's really pretty. I definitely prefer the shimmers over the mattes. I could leave the mattes. I don't need to take them. Yeah, so this is gonna go with all of my other eyeshadow palettes. Basically, you don't need now one of these. Don't get these. You don't need these. You don't need them. Like, you already have your rosy tones that you already like, and you already have your blush and bronzer and all that stuff. Unnecessary. You don't need to get them, okay? Okay. I mean, I'm gonna use them. I'm glad I have them. Yeah, so don't get those, okay? Just skip them. Side note, I am really trying to figure out when I'm going to upload, what I'm going to upload, how, where, why, and all that jazz. I just am busy. Not that other people aren't. But yeah, and a lot of times by the end of the day, I'm just kind of like emotionally worn. Yeah, and I don't know if people actually watch these and want to watch these, and I don't know what I'm talking about or what to do or whatever, so I'm just trying to figure it out. For now, there's gonna be something coming, something uploading until I decide that I don't want to do it at all. Yeah, so we'll see. If you have ideas or requests or anything, let me know, and I will try to get those done. Anyway, I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you're continuing to take care of yourself. I would love it if you liked the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.